Namaste, Divine Feminine. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! I've got intel. Recon is afoot, Divine Feminine. Come in! Let me scoot back up to the tableau. Just giving it a hot minute for the big cap to assemble. Let me get my mechanicals on. Hi, come in, darling dears. Hold on, let's see if this Mercury retrograde is going to allow my mechanicals here. Right, darling dears, now that I can see who's here, what's going on? Oracle 7100, Wagwan, fist bump, love regardless, namaste. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. The planetary energies are sudden and unexpected surprises, darling dears. Surprises are going to unfold today. You know how I feel about surprises, mate. That's how I feel about surprises. Yeah, especially if you're a dummy bat and I told you to get the black bags. Fetch them immediately. Strat. Anyhow, the rest of the planetary energies are, because of these surprises or surprises, right? Patience must be your go-to move. I told you many times, my dear big cat, we respond. We don't react. Yeah. Venus in Virgo squares the moon. Standing in your truth, squatter. We'll have you at what? Hockey sticks at dawn with the ops, darling dear. They're going to what? Rally round and try and what? Put a surprise on you. Yeah, they're not going to love it. If you speak the truth, roof, pinkies up. Or when you're just living your truth, they're still big mad. We've already told them to get the straw and suck it up. Right. This competing energy doesn't budge, right, for anyone's preconceived ideas, especially about a divine feminine big cat. Yeah. Mars is about to what? Kick you out of your comfort zone, blood. Yeah, so you better have what? Your parachute of discernment. The Skullduggerous moon is in Gemini. Helping to bring things around by allowing a more analytical approach to what? Bandy around in your cranium, darling dear. Discernment, darling dears, discernment. Did I say discernment? These are the actual changes you need to really step into a more authentic version of yourself, darling dear. Remember, there is always light at the ending of your tunnel when you take the discernment route, darling dear. Discernment is when you're listening to your higher self, Father God, Mother Isis, understanding that you are the professor of the puzzle and you're able to what? Slot all the pieces together, one way or the other. Yeah. Right. Let's carry on, darling dears. Yes, baby, discernment. It's the gift that keeps on giving, darling dear. Proverbs 18:15. A discerning heart has wise ears. Yes, baby, you've got the listening ears. You look at actions, you look at words, and where they don't collide in the correct, what momentum? You minus the big cat, why? Discernment is key. You must always have it up, buffed up to a bitchin' shine. I told you. Discernment is what? Seeking wisdom. When you are wise, darling dear, you walk a narrow path. Why? Because you're focused on the truth, roof, pinkies up, and the best outcome for all concerned. Einstein said, any fool, any folio can know. The point is The point is, do you understand? And understandment is what? In the multitude, when you live in a what? Discernment, right? And a decisive mind, darling dear. Let's dive in, darling dears, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Geetha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies up, divine feminine, as we would tiptoe through the shrapnel, because 555 on the counter, darling dear. Change is afoot. They didn't like when you sit down and think about things and realize that you've got to what? Subtract their what vibe? That low vibe, that fakeazoid vibe, darling dears. Yeah. Oh, if we're going to get one, let it be judgment, darling dear. Loud and proud. Judgment, represented by fire, water, and Pluto energy. This is what? It's lean in, big cat. Didn't I tell you what it was? It's Dagaz, darling dear. The letter D, it represents. It also represents the numbers 80, 81, 82, and 83. It speaks about what? An awakening, darling dears, as well as a breakthrough. But judgment always comes with what? Someone from the past. That distant, dusty past, like the pyramids, darling dears, wanting to come through. They've been planning, darling dear, because we are in Mercury retrograde. Return of Mac the Knife, the ones that was rapid with your hairline, as they gave you a reverse friar tuck for 22, but you said, how now, brown cow? Why? Discernment, darling dears. Discernment. Judgment also represents what? The transformation that you've made. You've changed your status, darling dears. Why? You've buffed up yourself in the spiritual realm. You stepped into what? The divine calling. The same call that was not, I repeat, not a conference call. No one is supposed to understand your ways, darling dears. Why should they? It's your path, darling dears, and everyone else is a character. Some of them are really bad actors, blood. Yeah. And they deserve the payment they're getting in the form of what? Judgment. The karmas of it all, darling dears. Judgment also what? Highlights forgiveness. You have to forgive, darling dear, in order to call judgment. And how do you get the forgiveness? Through the discernment, your decision making. You're not recycling, right? Polyester band. Yes, baby, polyester band. Synthetic energies. No. If they did you wrong once, and you gave them the yellow card, remember, on the back of the yellow must be the red card, darling dear. It's a 2-4. You don't allow people to what? Cross you and then bring them back. We've already done that. It's so 2019. No, divine feminine. We've got a better way to be getting on with. The rebirth of you. Yeah. Law number 25 of the 48 laws of power. You understood that where you're going, there is no free lunch. Law number 40 of the 48 laws of power. You learned how to adapt. Law number 48, whilst embracing change. You've allowed what? They, them, and as well as what? Opportunities to come to you. Law number 8 of the 48 laws of power. I told you many times, my dear divine feminine, when you walk with the wise, you will be wise. Anything I tell you, darling dears, can be checked. You are keyboard gangsters. And what? Knowledge is key. Why? Knowledge is power. Power is power. No need to what? Drag the chairs across the floor, divine feminine. You're already on the chaise lounge of life. No longer on the rocks of life. Why? You have the discernment to choose you in every situation. But good golly and gosh, you didn't realize how lonely it would be. But you had, it's like what? Coming off of a drug. A drug of what? The feeble-minded. Those back front neck tabbing friends, right? That should have only been a what? A brief acquaintance. What is it? Psalms 49, I think it's 41:9. Yes, yes, yes. The same ones that break bread with you, try to choke you with that shiznai 2 days later. Yes, we've got a lot going on, Divine Feminine. A lot. Let's get the life lessons cards and see what's being shown to you today. Base of the deck, family. Soul family, I think, or possibly even the family you've birthed from your own what? Crevice, darling dear. The crevice of what? Regeneration and rebirth. But it's also about family members that you had to leave behind. Judgment and the karmas of it all have found their address because now they're seeing the light that you tried to shine on them, darling dear. They're seeing it, but they can't embrace it. Why? They're toxic. They're toxic, dysfunctional, and missing. Nobody call the police. Just missing from your hemisphere, Divine Feminine. They can't understand how you bend the matrix, how you are, how you manage to what? Carry on. You go on. Come through, Celine Dion. Push, clap. Yeah. What is your answer? Oh, thank you. Baby. Right behind the what? Judgment is justice. No higher court than the truth roof. Somebody's getting what? A double whammy of the karmas. Touch not the anointed, eh? Casting all them aspersions, eh? Well, guess what? It's boomerang season for they, them, and Proverbs 21:18. What they wanted for you, darling dear, is the same bed of what fucking ease. They have to spread their what? Broad back. The same back that they what? Tried to turn on you when it was the blessing in your life, darling dear. How they ignored you in a crowd. Made your words seem like fodder on the wind, yet your same words. They're trying to get their echo praxicon and trying to be like you, these fans that are under karma. They was never true family, but they were your awakening point. Your what? Point break. Break away from what was. The rat race, darling dears. And as you continue to what? Sit in your seat of discernment, Divine Feminine. You're in the big chair. They think, or they thunk, they're bandying around words like, oh, you think you deserve everything, right? Who do you think you are? Do I have to get the throne out with the diamonds on it, darling dear? Do I? You hold the whip. You are Khaleesi or Khal, embodiment of the Divine Feminine. Lightworker star seed. How dare they? Well, they dared, didn't they? And now they're sorry. Well, guess what? You're not sorry for what they're going through. And you must not, I repeat, look back. Look back for what? Only to see if what? To check up that goodness and mercy is still trailing you, darling dear. And it will always trail you because your discernment is what? Supernatural, darling dear. And the more you go within and understand thyself, you have what? Father God at the front, the Son behind you, and what? The Holy Spirit encircling your whole being as you are being guided to greatness. You understood that what? Arguing with a fool makes you what? A chicken of the sea as well. You can't tell from a distance whom is right and who is wrong. You've decided to what? Shut up, pack it in, and move in silence. Silence is very important. And not everyone you tag friend to or family member to is exactly that. I told you many times, blood is thicker than water, but only water will quench your thirst. The same thirst that you had when they wanted you to survive off of saliva, which you did like a boss. Justice, darling dear. Oh my goodness. I'm not even surprised. Fist bump. Yes, baby, infinite abundance. You're truly supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. My cards are gangster and they come with the truth. When you need to understand whom you are, this divine being. That's when it's what? Checkmate. Because you did the work, darling dear, the body work. Some of you are working on your temples, understanding the mind and the body must be at one. Getting the exercise on, feeding yourself the right things. Some are getting tattoos, tribal tattoos, or even covering over, right? A heinous mistake when you put what? A bottom feeder's name on you. Your life was salted since, darling dears, and you are uncrossing yourself. As you what? Cross yourself at the knee, darling dear. Giving what? Easy access to your platinum, your seat of emperors and empresses, your seat that builds empires, your seat that you manifest from. Are you mad? They must be, darling dear. They're mad and scratching. That's what chickens do, darling dears. Don't get it twisted, divine feminine. We're getting lofty in this bitch. Fist bump. Big cat wave. We're going to get some cards to read off of. Do we go with the black? We're going to go with the black deck. You have a throuple. I love a throuple. Yes, yes. Tesla said the key to the universe is 369. Get your gematria on, darling dear, your numerology. Understand magic squares and the power they hold. When you come to the Big Cat What Chronicles, darling dear, here at Don't Get Smoked Central. I leave you with what? A curve in the upright of your lip and knowledge in your cranium, darling dear, and fortitude to keep going. No matter what, keep going. The first one is the crown chakra. Why not? I told you. Discernment, darling dears. You've been guided to get where you are right now. Yes, baby. Answers, messages, signs, signals are being what? Afforded unto you. The God source, right, is what giving you enlightenment to be the gateway of whatever you want, darling dear. The gateway. Not the gatekeeper, darling dear, the gateway. Because many will follow. Many will follow. But the race and this road is not easy. Facing your shadow side, going through the DNS. I had to look over my shoulder with slitty eyes, because it ain't creeping up on me again, blood. I told you, I'm the red light, green light champion of 79. Yes, baby, as are you, divine feminine. When that light bulb went on, it was a shell shocker. So many layers was revealed unto you. So many faces, the double-minded. Yeah, those with the evil speak that had the what? The knife. I should even say the blade, darling dear. These tablets for your back, front, and neck. Discernment. The crown chakra broke you free of situations that wasn't easy to get rid of. Your ancestral team, darling dear, have what? Been gifted you with what? Full guardianship of what? Discernment, darling dear. Discernment. That supernatural power. Why? They understood you know how to what? Hold the reins. You know to what? Fine-tune your ways. You know how to adjust your behaviors, darling dears. When you walk into the room, your energy draws eyes and then the wagging tongue, but their mouth is shut. When they realize that you were sent into the room by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. I can't make it up, divine feminine. New levels, darling dears. They're calling you from the what? Dusty ground, darling dear, as you look down from your pedestal, saying, come down, I want to play. This is them in their Chucky voice. Yes, and you're looking down at them saying, why can't you reach my level? Why? Because the wickedness, the karma, the judgment, and the justice has found their address in thigh-high red leather boots, doing the what? Wiki, 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 dubplate remix. Touch not the anointed. Too late is their cry. Let's read up on these. Let's get one more. I'm going to pull it from the middle, the one that's poking out. Somebody feels abandoned, like an old building, a derelict building that has only the basement part. And the basement part is where what? Their home is, darling. They're the mud hut of what? Degradation. They didn't have the discernment to what? Handle what? Handle? Is that the wrong word? Or function, I should say. function around a divine feminine. They're feeling abandoned. Imagine that. Oh well. They're feeling abandoned. You're doing your breath work and your body work, and you're free. Free as the wind blows. And they're getting readings on your blood. And as they're getting the readings, they're being schooled. Yeah. Hey, hey! You know how to finesse when you use your discernment, darling dears. They don't know what's going on. They're spinning round. Yeah. On their what branches, darling dear? The same branches that only a tree sloth can hang from. The ones with their what? Panani or fatum in the air. Like a gang sign. They're not understanding what conserving sexual energy is one of the main keys to what manifestation, darling dear. Yeah. As I sip my mocha, because I ain't getting smoked. Your justice, divine feminine, is infinite abundance. Don't you ever let anyone turn back and look back at you, darling dear, and you're in the same place where you was. Are you mad? You buff up yourself with the knowledge. You become keyboard gangsters, self-taught. Some of you are going to what? Institutes to get the accolades. Some of you are doctor divine feminine. Are you kidding me? Nurse divine feminine. Solicitor divine feminine. Teacher divine feminine. Cook, chef divine feminine. Yes, yes. Your justice is abundance. Never let them find you where they left you or you left them. When they abandoned you to survival for saliva, where they abandoned you, because divine feminine, most of you are mothers or mothers to be. Some of you are pregnant by Folio. Listen, I've been down that wicked road and I don't know that person. My children are what? Immaculate conception. Prove me wrong, blood. Was you there? This is what I say. Lofty, darling dears. We're lofty. And what? With the discernment, our supernatural air. Good golly and gosh. Let's get the Art Nouveau deck. The Emperor, represented by the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis, for some, as well as me on occasion, but seen as what I'm saying is the truth roof. Pinkies up. Protector and provider, gifted unto thee, those that have worked hard, bestowing unto you your supernatural gift of discernment, right up there with your intuition, paying close attention, darling dear, taking the knee. Your prayers have been answered, darling dear, but you have to always remember, divine feminine, it's in divine timing. When you make plans, God laughs. Especially when you haven't done the shadow work, especially knowing the fact that you are a volunteer to this Malkuth, sent to raise the vibration, until you realize a Mitch was killing your vibe. When you took the knee, darling dear, and cried out, your words and your tears were counted. This is why justice and judgment has found their what mud heart. Give it a good shufty on this wavy cloth. See what's going on, darling dears. Namaste, big cats. Glad you could pop in. Audrey Dai Wagwan and Bonita Gosha. My dancing ballerina, darling dears. Yes, baby. As well as what? London G. Fist bump. Wagwan, my G. Big cat wave. What about the crown chakra does the divine feminine need to know? On it is what? Your justice is what? To be the baddest cat. Yeah, Ibex you be, darling dear. Whom crossed you, darling dear? They are juggling and struggling as you sit in your truth. I told you the ops are at hockey sticks at dawn. But they have to what? Fight amongst themselves, darling dear, because right about now, divine feminine, you are single as fuck. Yeah. This is legal situations balancing out in your favor. A new job, darling dear. It's also your healthy regime, realizing your energy and certain energies around you was what? Killing your vibe, blood. It was killing your vibe. Justice. Libra energy. And we are in what? The season of what? Mercury retrograde in Libra, blood. Yeah. The house of partnerships and contracts. Don't you know? Pinkies up. Those that weren't faithful to you, darling dears, the fakerzoid friend, if you bring them out into the sunlight, they'd surely melt into a what? A fresh shit shining in the sunlight, blood. Yeah. Those family members that are jealous, jelly burgelly, that you bent the matrix, right? Divorced yourself from circumstances and situations that they are still living amongst. The feeble-minded, dull-eyed ones. Yes. You stood up, darling dear, for yourself. And you are standing in your truth, darling dear, using the what? The analytical what skills that you've been gifted with your discernment. Your crown chakra ain't ramping, blood. It's tuned in, and what? Top draw, top knowledge is coming unto thee. And I told you, darling dears, when you realize whom you are and what your gifts are, yes, dear, darling dear, by going to what? Your north node. Understanding the south node had to be cleaved away. Not entirely, darling dears, because you need a little bit of both, right? But mostly, right? Mostly your north node. Your superpowers, darling dears. Absolutely. Fantastic. You're winning, blood. This is a blessing and this is confirmation of what you've been going through. You're getting major arcana, darling dears. It's already said the justice and came through in the justice again. Freedom. Because it's a season of resolution, darling dear. A full-on painful ending for some. They realize you really ain't coming back, blood. Yeah. But it created the freedom and the space you needed to recoup and bend the matrix, divine feminine. Ace of the deck. What did I say? Those dysfunctional emotional situations that had you barking at passing cars, that had you in defense mode. When you only asked a simple question, they beat you down with emotionals controlling situations. Then you decided to be what? Gandalf the White, and said this goes no further. You put on that red robe of what your root chakra, darling, is. You realize what stability, security, and manifestation of what you truly want was the only way to go. They had you at death's door, and some of you nearly attempted to take yourself out because of the emotional turmoil, the trauma bonding. Your walk away game, darling dear. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth roof. Pinkies up. Yes, baby. The Guardian, darling dears. Base of the deck is gifting you with more opportunities, darling dears. The Six of Cups in the upright, I might add. New opportunities being gifted onto you. Why? You took the time to smell the roses, blood. Yeah. And you realize the ones gifted to you from the feeble-minded smelled like poo. Come through, outcast. Posh clap. Yes. They made you an outcast. But that outcast, that black sheep put divine feminine, gave you new levels. Why? You had the chance to break free from a paradigm that was sent to awaken you, not keep you stuck for air. They're gifting you, darling dears. Your words carry spiritual weight. You have to lead by example, darling dears. You understood people pleasing is the road to hell. The road that's paved with what? Gold-plated, darling dear. Gold-plated. They're gifting you, darling dears, with skills that they couldn't use in their time. Your ancestral team, your security. Yeah. Clarify the Six of Cups on the guardianship, darling dear. On the guardianship. Yeah. Situation that was really hard for you to what? Get into, darling dear's world card on its face. Because there were situations that you simply didn't want to let go of. We already saw family. Or those you saw as family. They didn't see you as family. They saw you as the beaten stick. They saw you as the red-headed stepchild, darling dear. This is why you're giving. And being gifted with what? The gift that keeps on giving of discernment, darling dears. These circumstances and situations wasn't easy to let go. But but you work like a boss, darling dear, like an elf into the night. This is why you're being granted with health, darling dear. New ideas, higher ideals. Some of you are creating healthy businesses or health foods. Yes, I'm also seeing what esoteric businesses, darling. They're getting your things off the ground. You're realizing that things that didn't work, right, in the past was not meant to work in certain situations. You would have been overgiving to those that didn't deserve a seat at your table. Yeah. It also speaks about what the guardians are telling you, your ancestors are telling you. Those in the past, darling dear, they got the nostalgias. Some are trying to manifest you back through pictures. Some are what? Still on the hamster wheel of repeating what past memories of you, darling dear. If you're feeling that itchy and scratchy at night time, beat it down with a steady prayer, right? Of thy rod and thy staff, they protect me. Fist bump. Yeah. Somebody's definitely trying to manifest. They're having a hard time coping with the fact that you actually walked away. They know that it hurt you to leave the situation, because they watched you cry those same tears. They saw you go through what? Toxic cycle after toxic cycle, and didn't help. Why? Because they wanted you to be the top egg, not realizing that you are the top. Well, they know it now, blood. This new level. They know it, and they don't like it. But they better learn to what? Suck it up, blood, in the plastic seats as they watch the throne. Judgment, darling dear. Judgment is to watch you get great. Judgment is to see you what bend the matrix anyhow your North Node gifts you with, darling dears. Judgment, because they always thought you was less than when you was the whole kit and caboodle. What did I say? They're at the bottom of your pedestal saying, come down here. Just like Pennywise the clown in the sewer. I've got balloons. Yeah, babe. Lead balloons to sink your ship, mate. This is also what? Not going back to the vulnerable, what? The vulnerable codependent, darling dear. Vulnerable in their codependency. Needing the energy of others to make them feel better than they are. You daren't go around them, darling dear. Why? They will what? Try to poo-poo down your accolades or not even acknowledge them, because they will have to admit to the public, the same public they gossiped and slandered your name to, darling dears, that you really are better than them. They would love to pull you back down to their level. They want you arguing with them in the street. They want you to be rehashing memories of the past, right? Like you've been abandoned. You weren't abandoned, darling dear. You saved yourself. There's a big difference. They would love for you to come down into the sewer with them. Thank you very much, Audrey Dye, for the super chat. Yeah, they would love it. They, them, and these ones with what? The yarn for hair, darling dears. And the what? Shakira hips, whomsoever it means to you, darling dear. Divine feminine. Because they've got the cup of what? Hopium, darling dear. This is the Knight of Cups. It's very charming, but that cup's been they've broken bread with many. I already told you. 41, was it Proverbs 41:9? They've banded round that rusty cup. Yeah. And they would like to come through and charm you, darling dears. Or offer what? The cup of friendship, the cup of apology. This is somebody who's going to come looking like the devil himself. Yes! All spiffy, darling dears. Know what? Listen, all of these pictures they've got of you, got of the devil, is a lie, darling dears. Remember, the devil was God's highest angel. Yes, Samael. Yes, baby. So don't let them fool you. Yeah. Gift wrap shit, darling dear. Straight from the slag heap of life. What do they want? They want to work with ya. Someone who is beneath you, darling dear. Someone who like to gossip, slander, argue, fight, right? Perpetrator of wickedness, darling dear. They want to come and what? Tongue wrestle with you in a charming kind of a way. Well, guess what? You haven't got the throat chakra for it, darling dear. No. Your level, darling dears, if you allow someone onto your level, and this is what they're serving in the background, one's on its face is jealousy, darling dears. A burning passionate jealousy, a mouth breather in disguise, coming with their eyes, their peepers on what? Full on shine, to peep your game, darling dear. To break you down from the what? The level, the pedestal that you've put yourself on with your achievements. They didn't see when you couldn't even wash your own panani, darling dears. They didn't see when your kids had to live off of what? Baked beans, darling dear. Baked beans. They didn't see that. They only see the what? The polished you, darling dear. The new you, the reconditioned you, the Ibex. And now they want to share in whatever you've got going on, darling dear, because the Pentacles speaks about what? The internet. Yeah, they've been watching you go to a new level. And this person is what? Wrong turn, blood. This person is a wrong turn. There was a bad choice of partner, friend, family member. They never supported you. 7 of Peas on its face. When you sowed seeds with them, you reaped what? Backtabaration, blood. The rug was always pulled from underneath you. This is what? Always putting in their 2 cents with their what? Joking criticism, but they was going for your jugular. Remember I told you that, divine feminine, discernment is key. Now they want to work with you, and it also speaks about what? Money situation is not looking good. They don't know how you're getting on and getting great, especially when so many spanners was put in your works. The art of discernment, darling dears, realizing what's not for you. Realizing that what? You understand the pattern of it all. And you decided what? I'm not on the hamster wheel. I was born to live with my foot or feet in 2 different worlds, the 3D and the 5D. I can manifest and I can do bad all by myself. Fist bump. Justice, darling dear. Solo dolo. Like the boys or girls on the pole. Managing your responsibilities, your time, your energies. Realizing that, listen, you don't take calls after 9 p.m. Why? Only fucking knees goes down after 9 p.m. Right? You see me, right? When I get into my bed of righteousness, after I've had my melons, brushed my teeth, right, crossed my ankle and tucking myself in for the night, saying my prayers, all of my social media locks off from 9 p.m. until 8 a.m. in the morning. Right? Except for when the devil tries to infiltrate, like it did on the 3rd of July, when it allowed that woman's call to get through, blood, at 6:40 in the morning. I make sure that I double down on my security. I've got do not disturb on between those times. I don't take calls. Lead you down paths you don't want to lead. Make you get the negative energies from bottom feeders. Only a bottom feeder's got what? Something to relate to you. Why couldn't they send an email or a message? Or better yet, don't bother. That's the energy that you must be in, divine feminine. If they're coming with negative words, negative vibes, Debbie Downer, they hate this, they hate that. They've got the children that was spawned from the crevice of the devil's balls. You don't want it. Tell them to keep it over there. Or what? You continue to adopt the Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. You're going to find many are going to try and charm their way back into your situation, darling dear. They've been seeking knowledge from others about you. The same ones that can't even contact you. So they're what? Casting aspersion, darling dears. Assuming on your name and your actions. Let them assume. You're on a different level, darling dears. And they feel abandoned, ho-hum. The same ones that abandoned you when you really needed them. Let's give it another shufti, right? Let's talk about the abandonment. It was the best thing that ever happened. Whether you did it to them or they did it to you, darling dear. The basura took itself out, and possibly with the maid. The same maid that is what? A tree sloughing, Shakira hipping, Jezebel spirit. Revelations 2:20, darling dears. You winning, darling dear. Wheel of Fortune is what? Fate, destiny, and good luck. Moving forward, some of you are starting to travel. You're starting to spread your wings because you understood travel broadens the mind. Some of you have what? Something going on the internet, your business, a school, some kind of seminar, something is going on. It's going about to what? Gain momentum for you, darling dears. This abandonment was rejection, which was the most high. We saw Father God come out at the top of the reed. Your protection, darling dear. And there what? Judgment is to watch you bend the matrix. Dagaz, darling dear, for the dummy bat. The Wheel of Fortune is represented by Jupiter and fire energy. It speaks about the cycles that you went through. It also represents the what? The hips and the thighs. Somebody's about to win something, whether through speculation on the lottery, darling dears, or the gamble, the risk you took on yourself. Base of the deck, darling dear, because you was amongst the toxic. Yes, baby, and they cheersed it up every time something wasn't going your way. When you was crying tears from your soul and your ancestral team was collecting them, darling dear. Why? Because you're a volunteer. You signed up the contract to come here, to go through what you went through, in order to what? Make the breakthrough and become whom you're meant to be on this Malkuth, divine feminine. Know that. The toxic, darling dear. What about the toxic? They're watching you, Sputnik. I told you, the mouth breathers, and they're a page. Pwah! They're not even on your level, Black. They don't think how you think. They see you being a student, the student of life, and winning with the Wheel of Fortune. Everything you touch turns to gold. Everything you foretold when you felt like you was a page, but it wasn't. You was embodying their energy, the energy that they used to try and block your light. The toxic, darling dear, they're watching. Yeah, the earth angel. Obsessive jealousy, darling dears. Devil energy. Yes, trauma bonds, codependency, addictions, all of this and that. And they're going through it. What did I say? The DNS. The tower in the reverse, unable to learn, no change in their situation, the same dummy bats circling them, and even if they change up the people around them, they're still attracting the same people in a different meat suit. Yes! Split the deck. What did I say? Shelve it, Black. They've got no goals. This is what I'm saying. You can't be around people that haven't got goals, darling dears. Remember, if you hang around 4 bottom feeders, guess who's gonna be number 5? Law number 5, reputation is everything. Everything, darling dears. And energies is everything. And the energies that they're sending towards you is one of hate. This is why they want to come back and be friends. Because they don't understand how you did it. If they'd taken the time to listen and find discernment, they would understand that you and them don't mix. That you have to get over what they did, the betrayals, and they will betray you again. If you allow them what, an inch, they will take a yard, darling dear, and be on your what? On your neck. You're doing swell, divine feminine. Your discernment gave you what? The fortitude and the strength to interview everyone. I don't care who it is. And when people get comfortable, that's when they get what? Loose in the mouth, darling dear. Comfortable enough to what? Cast aspersion, darling dears. They want to find something in the conversation. I'm telling you, divine feminine. They will cast aspersion in a conversation. Because they know that you are what? Leveled up, a different person. You come with all of your gifts, your supernatural discernment gifts and intuition, and your abundance. What? The infinite abundance of what? Justice, darling dear, being the truth. They'll find something in the conversation to try and be one up on you, darling dear. Pay attention. I already told you. Psalms 41:9. The fake friend. That's what? The both of you had to what? Share, I don't know. You had to share a sandwich with them. The same one will come turn around and trying to choke you, right? Bring you the poison food. Put you in a situation where harm will definitely be in your way. Listen to the conversation when they're comfortable. They think they're comfortable with you, but oh no. How now, brown cow? Proverbs 18:15. When you use discernment, darling dears, having a discernment heart means that you have what? Wise ears. Pay attention, divine feminine. Your freedom must be protected at all costs. You don't want to go backwards, darling dear, and have to come back to this Malkuth to do this again. They've got the karmas on them, darling dear. And they would like to call you back. And as I said, they're investigating you, right? With the cards. Let's get into that. So if they're investigating you, Divine Feminine, what did they find out? As I said, my mocha, because they ain't getting smoke blood. And neither should you, darling dears. Neither should you. Right. So they was investigating you, darling. Let's get the gold deck. Let's go straight to the gold deck. What did they find out? That you've packed in the unconditional love. They found out that your loyalty, it can't be bought or bartered. They found out that what? You are highly intuitive, high priest or priestesses, darling dears. They found out if you've got progeny, you are nurturing unto them. They found out that you are what? An excellent guide. Why? Because you're wise. Yeah. A boss, darling dear. That's the first thing they found out. What else did they find out when they was peeping, right? Spying, trying to what? Gauge how they could fit in again. They don't recognize you, darling. They don't know how to speak to you. They found out something about their in and out energy, darling dears. That they're what? Bottom feeding, dig dealing, mattress back, frenemy, fakeoid family member. They found out about themselves. They found out that even though you're all of this and that, darling dear, they can't what? Infiltrate your energy. Your back is to all of this shit, i.e. whatever they're doing behind you, that's nothing to do with you. East Island and Stevie Wonder, yeah? They found out that you don't put up with what? This fair weather energy. They found that you are solid and good in your hood, darling dear. Queen of Cups is somebody who is a good wife, a good mother. And again, it speaks about your caring. They haven't received that level of caring since they left your hemisphere. They found out that you sold your, oh my God. Sold your what? What did you sell, Divine Feminine? Hit me up in the comments. Freudian slip. It meant to come out. Good golly and gosh. Who's ever selling anything, right? Let the bad juju stay with them. Good God. They realize that you solve your issues intuitively. Why? Because you are that bitch or garçon. I told you, top boy, darling dears. Khaleesi or Carl. What else did they find out? As they was what? Spying, as only Sputnik can do. They're paying what? Proper Skrilla for that, mate. They found many things to be jealous and angry about, darling dears. They also found that they're not even a knight, that they're a page. You are what? A giant. You're like Gulliver, darling dear, amongst them. You always stood out, right? And that you're a happiness expert, and anyone around you's vibe, right? Their frequency is automatically raised. You show people how to what? Put the past behind you. Use the past to motivate you to create whatever world you want on this Malkuth. They found out that you're happy blood. They found out that some of you, Divine Feminine, is somebody's loyal wife or husband now. Yes. They found out what? Heart-shaking stuff, blood. The kind of stuff that make your heart go boom diddy boom diddy boom. Yeah. They found out nosy. Good for you. What else did they find out about your high vibration? Might as well we've seen, listen, that any delay, what about any delays? Is that the weapons that are formed against you? Any weapon formed against you ain't gonna prosper because you got opportunities. This is what the Page of Pentacles means. You've got opportunities, blood. They say that you're what? You've got a youthful spirit, darling dear. Well, you have to if you're a happiness expert. Come on, we saw the Sun card, Big Cat Leo energy. Pinkies up. Yeah. No, they found out no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because you don't even see the weapons. They're not even on your level, blood. Yeah. What else? And that you are what? You are free in your mind that you've told them what? 2 of these and 1 of those. You're not tied up with them. You've moved to a calmer space in your cranium, blood. They found out that you're traveling. Worldwide travel for some. Yes, baby. They found out that you are what? Highly intelligent. And you know how to use your what cranium to get where you need to be. And what? You sit in your truth, darling dear. They found out that if they dare approach you, darling dear, what's going to happen if they dare approach you with this in and out energy and their jealous eye, the eye of Sauron, darling dears? They found out what's going to happen if they dare approach divine feminine at this stage of the game. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. 8 of Wands on its face, blood. You're not tech button a chat. This is about what? You don't care about love. Did they love you when they was giving it to you without the Vaseline? Did they love you when they was gossiping on you? Right? They found out that they can't come back. Their energy is being stopped. It's being stopped. 9 of Wands. Because your spiritual team has ensured that your discernment is supernatural, darling dears. Look! 3 different decks, blood. Hey! Agent of Karma. This is what they found out, that you are turning them into your what? Whipping boy or girl, darling dear. Because you sit in the seat of truth, justice, and balance, darling dear. Balance, Libra energy. Even though we're in Mercury retrograde in Libra, it's working out. It's all pushing up lovely for you, darling dears. Lovely divine feminines. Lovely jubbly. They found out that gossiping and talking about you does what? What happens to them when they gossip and talk about the divine feminine? Right? They get it without the Vaseline, blood. Listen, Queen of Swords is in the upright, yeah? Queen of Swords, you don't want to mess with the Queen of Swords, right? This person has what? Analyzed you to the 10th power, blood. After you've heard everything they said, right? The same ones that sat and broke bread with you had the effrontery to be the other parent to your progenies, right? After you heard what they said, they don't want it, mate. Listen, after they said all of these things, tried to turn your what? Your barbecue into mildew, darling dears. They learn to come off of the field and go back into the barn, darling dear. The field is what? Your chessboard, divine feminine. After what they said, oh, you're right, listen. Your ancestor was like, I heard that. I saw you do that. I'm going to buff up her discernment by what? Another 57 million points, right? So that they can feel your energy. Try to what? Put you in competition where you don't compare, darling dears. You hold the light and the sword of truth and the infinite abundance and the justice from 3 different decks. And you know how I love a throuple. After you heard what they said. Yeah, like the hand said, come on then. Come on then. I haven't been surgical on anyone for a while. Come on then. You'll be a lamb to the slaughter. You'll kill them with the truth. Before you tell them love and light, which is what? 2 of these and 1 of those. Good golly and gosh. That's what you get for spying. People that spy never hear good of themselves. No, them don't. This stayed on the table. This is another message. Look. Yo, queen ping, king ping, king ping, queen ping. Oh, listen. After you heard what they said, you came from the Queen of Swords in reverse to the King of Swords in the upright, where you what? Packed up your emotions, right? You packed the emotions in, right? Used your discernment, right? And was analytical with the truth. The king takes immediate action. After you heard what they said, it's not being petty. It's not. You listen to your discernment because you're close to the Most High. You had to give the village back the idiots. You must what? Shore up your perimeter. Because they don't want this. They don't want to smoke. Because the weapons they formed cannot, in the words of Jocelyn Hernandez, cannot prosper. You, every time they try to what? Use their malicious words. They spied on you through the cards, darling dears. And guess what? That justice and that judgment goes on the person that read for them as well. Because they saw your light. Touch not the anointed. Their hearts going boom diddy boom because your ancestor team are working overtime. They've got to be up. They've got to make sure they've done their what? Their wing exercises so they can wake them up at 3 a.m. Yeah. Your freedom, darling dear, can't be bought or bartered. Because why? Divine Feminine, we work with the subconscious. The subconscious is ruled by feminine energy. Remember I told you that. Right on the picture with the dolphins, purported to be the most smartest, right? Mammal on this Malkoof. Please. They're sorry they didn't now, darling dears. But they can't tell you that. They can watch. And we saw the Knight of Cups. They can formulate whatever they want. But you're not going to buy it. You'll be selling it, mate. That old broke down, old what? 1, 2? Oh, yeah. Saw you as a mark, did they? Now they are marked with all of the what? The karmas, the justice 3 times, as well as the judgment. Good God. Right, let's get one final deck and then I've got to go. Right, what are we going to go with? What are we finishing the readout with? Deck 1? Deck 2? Or deck 3? First off the bat, deck 1, 2, or 3, what are we finishing with? Because we're nearly at the 60. I told you I can be such a chatty cat. We've got what, Andrea, with deck number 3, darling dears. You want to use the Club Calm. I tell you, we're all funny ones here. We're funny cats, mate. We've got the humor, the timing, darling dear. That's what you didn't like. I need to put that over there, and then I'll be looking for it and blaming the progeny. But anyhow, yes, baby, these birds flew too fast past their nest. My mother also said that lazy dogs always eat dotty pudding. Dotty pudding. Listen. What's this? Beauty and love, darling dear, and it's about relationships and growth. And it also tells you to what? Pay attention. Right on your third eye, buffed up to a bitchin' shine. Discernment, darling dears, has gifted you with what? A new beginning. It is your supernatural power. Work on it every day, darling dears. Catalog the information. You have what? Total recall. Why? You've got a photographic memory, darling dear. We're working on what? Elephant time. Just like that elephant in India. Baby. The perspective, and it also speaks about the watchers are watching your progress, darling dear. I told you they've got the evil eye of Sauron on you as you continue to begin again. Every day you are gifted with a new rose. Remember I told you that? Yeah. Watch them, darling dear. Use your discernment and your intuition, right? Because your heart chakra, what did I say? A discerning heart, darling dears, has wise ears. And here we are with the heart, darling dear. It says what? It's fire energy, right? It's about your inner strength. It's giving you what? The adventure of a lifetime as you tap into your creativities. Yeah. What's this? Travel and abundance. This looks like the what? Chariot to me, blood. Yes. A new car as you play chess, darling dear. Not checkers. They want me. Listen. This is why you can't be friends with them anymore. You can't allow them back. You'll make them into your bitch. And I told you, when they're your bitch, right? We'll eat them. They're wounded. We ain't got time for that. Bringing the badness into our energy, that's going to take us through what? Hairline taking cycles, darling dears. And it also speaks about what? A full moon, right? Full moon means what? Harvest season, darling dear. And again, it talks about your discernment. Whatever they took you through, darling dears, you had to go through in order to create the progressiveness in your life. And how did you do that? With the discernment, right? And now you are wise as a tree, blood. Yeah, with your foot shod in the gospel, darling dear. As you what? Wear your helmet. Your helmet, darling dear, of salvation. Yeah, common sense, the crown chakra, what we started to read on, darling dears, and so shall it end. On that note, I drops me bright. Oh, don't allow those what? Those cloud chasers, those branches that will break off at the first sign of what? Real trouble, or because they're what? Being pushed away by your ancestral team. Use your discernment, divine feminine. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. If your discernment is giving you issues, divine feminine, pray. Nothing like a praying divine feminine. Accessing the subconscious mind, your God spark. Because we are in what? Spiritual warfare, darling dears. And the race of this warfare is not for the swift, darling dear. It's for those who can endure. And you endured, darling dear, like a boss, until you didn't. And this is why they're mad, worried, and missing. Good golly and gosh, what's the matter with this? It's jumping all over the place. It's Mercury retrograde need to allow my music, blood. Yes! Your discernment, darling dears, will what? Have you flying high. I told you. When a storm is presented, divine feminine, use your intuition and your discernment and your praying hands, darling dear. You are what? An eagle cat built for this shiznai. You fly above the storm. You use your discernment to get the perspective. As you say, checkmate. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Until we meet again on these tarot streets, divine feminine. Keep it locked and loaded and your eyes on the most high. Justice and judgment. Big cat wave! Big cat wave! Cat! I meant to say hello to you properly, but I was so busy. Until we see each other again, divine feminine. Pinkies up, and never you forget. You hold the